All right, everybody. Well, we finished Incarnuntum. So now we're on to book 4, and there's no title or anything. It's just called book 4. I've kind of looked ahead a bit. Looks like all of them are just titleless right now, just book 4, 5, 6, 7, and so forth. So with that said, though, here's part 1 of book 4 of Meditations. Our inward power, when it obeys nature, reacts to events by accommodating itself to what it faces, to what is possible. It needs no specific material. It pursues its own aims as circumstances allow. It turns obstacles into fuel, as a fire overwhelms what would have quenched a lamp. What's thrown on top of the conflagration is absorbed, consumed by it. It makes it burn still higher. I'm going to have to Google conflagration here. Let's see. Never seen that one before. Conflagration. So, an extensive fire which destroys a great deal of land or property. So it's saying here that our nature is the great fire then. Obstacles thrown in our path are but just fuel to help it burn brighter. So yeah, though, really what he's getting at here is this essence of our nature. When we understand ourselves, our motives, our intent, and aligning those with our thoughts about situations, and in this case, to what we face, events, obstacles. Obstacles has somewhat of a negative connotation, a setback or a hindrance. But rather, when we are aligned with our nature, we have a goal to pursue, aligned with ourselves and what we value. These obstacles just become nothing more than fuel to give us the next test at how are we going to respond, how are we going to behave and feel in light of these things. And once someone can align their nature and their actions and intent, there isn't so much obstacles anymore, it's simply fuel. And maybe some fuels take a little bit longer to catch fire. Maybe it's a damp log you've thrown on and you gotta stock that fire back up again. But once that dries out and you figure it out and understand it, how to approach that situation, how to manage your own emotions and thoughts as you go through that and as you face it, then once that gets dried out and seen through, that's going to help your fire burn even brighter, and you're going to be on to a better and higher place. And now the next one, number 2, is literally a sentence. So I'm just going to include that in here as well. It goes, no random actions, none not based on underlying principles. So again, this is a reiteration of things that we've talked about many times before. Doing things intentfully. And it's probably sounding like a broken record by now. I can fully appreciate that. But it's words and a way of being that, it's hard to adopt it consistently and constantly in your life. And there's a good chance nobody ever really truly will constantly and consistently apply these lessons to their life or this way of living a life. But always it's that pursuit of coming back to the basics. What's your intent here? What is guiding you right now? Are you aligned in your actions, your thoughts? And by not just acting randomly or out of emotion, out of desire, and we actually use the faculties that we as humans have been blessed with, our ability to, with this big free prefrontal cortex that we have, that it's only 10, 15, 20% of our brain, but it's really what separates us from animals and just going off of basic instinct, our ability to plan, our ability to rationalize, to understand, to use our mind's eye, to understand ourselves, to apply lessons, to make our own understanding and beliefs of situations, and then go forth and apply the actions aligned with those and observe the outcome. And it's not a guarantee that your outcome will necessarily be pleasant or good, but at least you'll understand your rationale, why you did it. And then if, let's say, there's a less than desirable outcome, you can then use that as another lesson to continue to tweak your approach to life, and constantly try and find your way back onto the road of rationality, of logical thought to help guide your decisions, your actions. So we'll leave it off at that. So this is part 1 and part 2 of book 4. Thanks for listening.